Hi everyone. So we're carrying on with inputting our drum notation into Sibelius, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create these different subdivisions of the pulse. So it might be difficult to see, but in this bar we have beat 1, beat 2, beat 3 and beat 4. Now the reason this looks complicated is because we've got these triplets and this sextuplet grouping. So a triplet means that you have three notes in the time of 2. So instead of having 4 semiquavers in beat 2, we've got 5. So we're fitting 3 semiquavers into the first grouping of 2. So instead of looking like this, we've got the 3. Again, here on beat 3, we've got a triplet of 3 semiquavers in the time of 2. And then in the last beat, instead of having 4 semiquavers in the beat, we're fitting 6 semiquavers into the time of 4. So let's have a look at how we create this. So the other thing to note is that we haven't got 2 different voices in this bar. So what we'll do is we'll start off entering this first beat. So I'm going to make sure I'm on part 1 here. I'll just bring this keypad down here so it's a bit easier to see. So I'm going to click on my semiquavers and place my kick, and then type 5 to create that snare. Have another snare. Oops. And then I've got my kick and my snare again. And then my snare. Okay, now the stem direction should be downwards. So the way to do that is click on your first note, hold Shift, click on the last note of the beat, and type X on your keyboard, and that will flip those stem directions. And then what we need to add is the accents over those beats. So click on that first semiquaver and your accent marking is here. And then we need to do that on the last part of the beat. Okay, save that. I'm not going to do that for now, but you do it. Make sure you save it. Okay, so what we're going to do next is create this triplet grouping. So to do that, we need to choose our semiquaver or 16th note again. I'm going to place that on the kick, and again type 5 for an interval of a fifth, so that that snare is placed a fifth above. Okay, and now to create the triplet grouping on a Mac, click Command 3. I presume on a PC it will be Control 3. And you can see that that creates your triplet grouping. And then just enter the snare on those other 2 parts of the beat. Okay. Now we enter our next semiquavers, and this is going to join, and I'll show you how to separate that. So you can see that that's beamed because this is all part of the same beat. All right, I'm going to click that snare there and put the hi-hat above by typing 5. Okay, I'm just going to change that hi-hat note head. We'll go to notation, type cross. I'm going to put my accent above the snare. All right, now what I need to do is separate this these 2 groups from the beam. So click on that snare on your keypad, go into your 3rd tab and choose this button for end beam. And there we go, that's separated those groupings. Okay, let's have a look at, we need to do the same kind of thing. What I'm going to do is copy this and then just make small changes. So copy that beat and then paste it here. Okay, so we just need to move the snare up to a tom. That moves down to a tom. And that moves down to a tom. We need to move that snare down to the tom space. Take away the accent, delete that. And then instead of having a hi-hat here, we need to create a slushy ride, or I can't remember what that symbol is, but let's move that down. Change that note head to a diamond. And now we need to separate these two groupings. So click on this note here and end beam. And there we go, we've created that beat 3. Now the last thing we do is to create beat 4. So again, this is made up of semiquavers. So let's go back to our keypad, choose our first menu and choose semiquavers. And let's place that first kick and type a 6th to place that tom on our D line. And now on a Mac, click Command 6, Command and the number 6. And it's created that 6 tuplet where we're going to fit 6 semiquavers into the time of 2. So now we can just place the rest of those notes. And there's our 6 tuplet. Then the very last bar, we have 2 separate, we have those 2 notes there. So choose your 4-beat note and place one on the kick and the other up on what would be an A line on the ledger line above the stave. And then change that note head to a cross with a circle around it, and there we go. So that's how to enter those last 2 bars.